Hey everybody, this is PJ Riley from Lancaster Archery here in our special video podcast studio. We got a special guest with us today. We got Kolby Hanley from UltraView. And Kolby, you're here to tell us about a killer new product that I'm holding here.
Yes, sir. You actually just saw it like literally 10 minutes ago. Right?
I did.
What was your like initial thought when you opened it up and like turned it on?
This thing is awesome. This is a sweet scope. I'll let you run through all the details, but here I'll give a overhead look so folks at home can see that. Look at that dot glowing in there.
This is our UltraView 3 scope. PJ is holding what is the target kit. We'll sell it as a target kit and we'll also be selling it in a hunting kit. And this, as we've been saying through like the whole design process, this is everybody at UltraView. This was our dream scope, like since day one of founding the company. Like this was in our brain on when we wanted to fully integrate a light kit into a scope housing. And kind of the major improvement between this and the UltraView 2 is definitely in the light. So you could just see those little golden push buttons that were on top of the scope here. PJ has them. And how it works is it's just a quick little push on off. That's pretty bright actually. And then you can turn the brightness all the way down, turn the brightness all the way up. It's got 10 different settings. And then I'll actually turn that off. And then so you can see this really well is if you hold the on off button for 2 seconds and then let go, it actually toggles on and off the level light. And that looks crazy bright right now, but you can see the level really well. And then if you hold for 2 or more seconds, and then you can also do both at the same time if you want. And this is pretty slick. The light is auto off after 4 minutes. So if you're a guy that leaves your light on, or if it even just gets bumped in your case while you're traveling, and it turns on, it'll only stay on for 4 minutes. And how we came up with 4 minutes is that's the longest time you're ever going to have to be standing on the line shooting a tournament. So NFAA 5-spot, you get 4 minutes to shoot. You don't got to worry about your light turning off on you while at full draw. If it does turn off while at full draw, you are over 4 minutes.
Gotcha. Well, first, Kolby, let's run through, before we go over the design of that, let's run through what comes in the kit, because there is a lot of stuff in here.
Yeah, so since we started selling the UltraView 2, we kind of envisioned the whole scope as a kit, because there's so much that goes into getting what somebody wants out of their scope, because everybody wants to aim with something different. And we try to like quite literally include anything and everything you would possibly need to set up your scope without having to go anywhere else to buy it, and it all comes in the box.
Right.
So if you look at the box that PJ has there, you have the main product box, and then inside you have that little tiny white UltraView box as well.
Yep.
And then what comes in this box, if you buy the target kit, is you're going to get 2 extra batteries. The light will already come with 2 batteries installed, so it'll be ready to go when you buy it, but you get 2 extra batteries. You will get a 4-inch fiber kit. So if you want to, so that's the 20-inch green. Yeah, yep. So that's the 4-inch fiber kit that has blue, green, and red fiber in it. If you want to cut like a little 1/2-inch piece and put it through your lens for a center drilled lens, which all of our lenses come center drilled. It'll also come with the dot kit, which you were just holding there, PJ. That has 4 different fluorescent colors in it.
Yeah.
So you can stick those onto your lens. And that's what actually you had, that's what I have, and that's what you had in your scope when you turned it on. We had a green dot.
Right.
It lights up super bright. And then you got the dot kit, you got that 20-inch piece of green fiber, which you just showed, for if you want to stick that through your lens and then thread it through the lens cartridge. You also get all of the mounting hardware that you would need to mount it to any sight that's on the market. What else would come in that is you get this little World Archery cap. You can't see that because it's black. I'll get a brighter one.
I got it.
So it comes with black, but we're going to sell these separately. And what this is if you're shooting World Archery, you obviously can't have electronics. So the light that's in the scope comes right off. You got to loosen a set screw, and it's a cartridge, similar to our lens cartridge. And then what you'll do is you pop the light out, and then you can pop your World Archery cap right on there. And then that way your World Archery legal, flushes it up, makes it look nice, and you're ready to go.
Yeah, that is sweet. And like you said,
just kind of compare it to what we sell now, which is a color ring.
And like you said, just as simple as that, just one little screw, pop
so
that right out. So you don't have
any, similar to the UltraView 2 is you don't have any wires that you got to mess around with. You don't have, you don't have a giant light box that's Velcroed to your bow. The light is 100% waterproof. You don't got to put a baggie on it if it's raining. We actually maybe I can send you a picture so you can throw it up after you edit this up, but we took the light kit, we froze it in a giant block of ice for like a week, and then we took it out of the ice, and there was still like ice encaked in the light, and it turned on and it worked just as good as it was brand new.
Come on.
So 100% waterproof, don't gotta worry about that.
And so now the back, we have yet another cartridge. This is your lens cartridge.
Correct. So similar to the UltraView 2, we kind of designed these lens cartridge for, the archer's convenience. So especially nowadays when everybody's shooting World Archery events, they're shooting NFAA events, they're shooting field, they're shooting 3D. Each one, to have the best performance, you kind of need a little bit of a different aiming reticle. And so the lens cartridge makes it super easy to take a cartridge fully set up, ready to rock and go for, let's say, field, and then swap that out with a cartridge that you prefer using for 3D. And then you just pop it in. Everything is concentric, everything is optically centered. So you take it out, put it in, and you're going to hit the same exact position every time.
Right. And so I should tell people at home, if you can't see it, the inside of this, it looks like it's round, but it's not. The housing has, I'll call it, is sort of squared so that you can only put it in one way. And then once it's in, it's not like it spins. Like you're saying, it's concentrically centered.
Nice and snug.
That's how you do that.
And so that is a super convenient lens cartridge system. And you can even have, we'll call them hunting cartridges. They'll come pre-set up with an up pin with either 19 thousandths of an inch or 10 thousandths of an inch. I actually have one right here that you can see. So that is that's super bright. I'll lower that down. So that's let me get that on my shirt.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. That's a 19 thousandths up pin in this thing. We'll sell 10 as well. And another neat thing about this cartridge, which the UltraView 2 lens cartridge didn't offer, is you can actually put a lens in with an up pin at the same time.
Gotcha.
Whereas the old cartridge, you could either have a lens or a up pin.
Right.
And then what's actually another thing that's super slick about it is the lens, which is the front plane in the lens cartridge. Well, for one, we're actually using a white O-ring for the front, which will help with centering it up in your peep. A lot of people like that. If you don't want the white O-ring, you can swap it out with a black O-ring that's behind it. But what's slick about these new cartridge is when you install it into the scope, the mounting socket screw is actually recessed. And when you slide this lens cartridge into the housing, the lens plane actually lines up exactly with your mounting plane. So if your scope gets bumped in either direction like this on the range, or if it even just comes loose because you just didn't tighten it enough or something, and it starts rotating one way and you don't notice it, because it's all in that plane, you're still going to hit the same point of impact.
Nice.
We actually just tested this. Chris did film the vlog here the other day that he's going to launch for it. And we put it on his bow and we put it at like the sharpest angle you could get it with still being able to see through it, which was like this.
Yeah.
And he still he still hit the same hole.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So
that's
lenses
a super slick
now,
new little thing on the lens cartridge.
the lenses you have your own lenses. You can put lenses in it. How does that work?
So correct. So we have, if you're going to buy the UltraView 3 target kit, you'll get a couple options on what kind of kit that you want. You can select either a no lens kit, which obviously will come with no lens. And then we also offer 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8 power lenses. They all come center drilled to 19 thousandths of an inch, which is the size of the fiber that comes with the kit. So if you want, you can snip a little 1/2-inch piece and then thread it through your lens. And that's what a lot of guys, that's what a lot of us use for 3D. I know Jesse is a pretty diehard on shooting a little center drilled piece of fiber. It's pretty slick because you don't have an up pin. So you don't have any obstructions. You can use anything to aim off of. So it's really nice for 3D to not have any of those obstructions. So lenses, and then like I said, we have the hunting kit, and your two options with that kit is you can get a pre-installed 19 thousandths of a pin or a pre-installed 10 thousandths up pin. And that hunting kit won't come with all your fiber, all your dots, and all that jazz, because obviously you don't have a lens to put it on.
Right.
So your hunting kit will still come with a black, like World Archery cap. For states that don't allow electronics, you can slap that on it instead. And it also will still come with all that mounting hardware.
Gotcha. Well, let me ask you, Kolby. Obviously, it seems like this is a progression that you've been building these scopes and saying.
Huge leap forward. Like, yeah.
It seems like you just say, okay, we have this scope now. What do we want to do better, or what can we do better? And you're just advancing it as you go.
Yeah. And one thing that we've worked really hard on, because we know, this matters quite a bit, is the price. So we worked really, really hard in designing it and engineering it and manufacturing it. And we're actually able to offer all of these scope kits at the same exact price that we were offering the UltraView 2 scope kits at.
Wow. Awesome. All right, Kolby. Well, hey, we are excited about the UltraView 3. We're excited to have it. We're excited to see archers shooting it. And we certainly appreciate your time today.
Of course, PJ, anytime. We are super hyped to get this scope out, and thank you so much.
All right, the UltraView 3. We are glad to bring it to you here at Lancaster Archery. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to click that bell to get notifications whenever we put out new videos. As always, if you have any questions, you can visit us at lancasterarchery.com.